Alright, here it is, the DJI Osmo Action 6. In this video, we're going to talk about what this little camera can actually do, what's new, what's exciting, and whether it might be a good option for you if you love filming your adventures, vlogs, or just everyday life. I'll keep it simple and natural, like we're just chatting, not doing some super technical breakdown. So, first impressions. The Osmo Action 6 looks like your typical action camera at a glance, compact, tough, ready to be thrown on a helmet, bike, or selfie stick. But once you pick it up and turn it on, you start noticing little things that make it feel a bit more next level. One of the biggest changes is the sensor. DJI is using a larger 1/1 sensor this time, and what's really cool is that it's basically a square sensor. That might sound like a boring technical thing, but it actually matters a lot if you post to both YouTube and social media like Instagram Reels or TikTok. Because the sensor is square, you don't have to stress so much about should I shoot horizontal for YouTube or vertical for Instagram. You can record once and then crop the same footage into 16:9 for YouTube, 9:16 for vertical platforms, or even 1:1 for square posts. It gives you a lot more flexibility, and to be honest, it saves time and effort. No more flipping the camera vertically with weird mounts just so you can get vertical clips. Another really interesting upgrade is the variable aperture. Most action cameras just stick you with a fixed aperture, but the Action 6 can go from f2 to f4. Now if that sounds too technical, here's what it means in normal language. In darker situations, the camera can open up to let in more light so things look brighter and cleaner. In brighter conditions, or when it wants more of the scene in focus, it can close down a bit to f4. And the best part is, you don't really have to think about it. It all happens automatically in the background. You just point, hit record, and the camera does a pretty good job of balancing things like exposure and detail. Now let's talk about image quality, because that's what really matters. The footage out of this thing looks sharp, colorful, and pretty natural. You get a nice dynamic range, which basically means the camera can handle bright skies and darker shadows in the same frame without completely blowing out one or crushing the other. If you're someone who likes to color grade, there's also a flat profile option, so you can tweak the look later in editing. But even if you're not into color grading, the default look is more than good enough for most people. Low light is always a tricky thing for action cameras. They're small, the sensors are small, and things can get noisy pretty fast. The Action 6 does a solid job, especially with its dedicated low light or night modes. It's not going to beat a big camera with a giant lens, of course, but for something that fits in your pocket, it's impressive. If you like shooting in the evening, around city lights, or in dim indoor places, you'll definitely notice the difference compared to older action cams. Of course, stabilization is a huge part of why we buy action cameras in the first place, and the Osmo Action 6 doesn't disappoint here. DJI's RockSteady and horizon balancing modes do a great job of smoothing out shakes, bumps, and vibrations. Whether you're walking, running, biking, or just holding it out on a selfie stick, the footage looks very stable. Horizon balancing is especially fun. You can tilt or even spin the camera and the horizon still looks level in the final video. It almost feels like magic when you see it for the first time. The camera also works really well as a tiny vlog setup. You have a front screen for framing yourself, built-in mics that do a decent job, and if you want better audio, you can pair it with wireless mics or even some earbuds depending on the setup. Imagine going out for a ride, putting the camera on your helmet or handlebars, clipping a tiny mic to your shirt, and that's it. Your whole vlog setup fits in a small bag or even a fanny pack. It's super portable and very convenient. On the battery side, DJI has done a nice job too. Realistically, you're not going to get the full marketing numbers unless you turn off screens and drop the resolution, but even in normal 4K usage, the battery holds up really well. For most casual users, 1 or 2 batteries will easily get you through a day of recording short clips, B-roll, and some talking segments. And if you get the combo kit with a charging case, it becomes even more practical. Just drop the batteries in, let them charge while you're moving around, and you're good to go again. The mounting system is also pretty clever. It uses a magnetic quick-release design, so you can snap the camera on and off mounts in seconds. What's new is that you can attach it in either direction, which makes it easier to quickly flip the camera around or reposition it without fighting the magnets. It just clicks in and feels secure. There are also fun extras like macro lenses, wide field of view lenses, and ND filters that you can snap on the front if you want more creative control. A macro lens lets you get super close to small details like insects, textures, or little objects and still keep them in sharp focus. ND filters help in bright sunlight, slowing down your shutter speed for more natural motion. These are optional accessories, but they're nice to have if you want to push things a bit artistically. Now, is the DJI Osmo Action 6 perfect? No, camera is. There are a few small things that can still be improved with software updates, like extra framing guides, more customization in some modes, or even better tools for manual focus with attachments like the macro lens. But overall, as a compact all-in-one action and vlog camera, it's really impressive. If you're someone who wants a tiny camera that can shoot high-quality video, handle low light pretty well, survive rough handling, and give you flexibility for both horizontal and vertical content from the same clip, the Osmo Action 6 is definitely worth considering. It's powerful, it's small, and it kind of feels like a little creative toolbox that you can carry everywhere.